Enter the Minds of Nadine and Vera podcast. Today we are so excited because we have a very, very special guest, my dad, Charles Sconyers. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you, ladies?
Hello, Charlie. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Great.
So first, we're going to start with a little bit of background. Can you tell us about your upbringing?
Well, I'm originally from Chicago. Uh, my parents' name is Charles and Shirley, so I'm the third actually. I graduated high school at 16, went in the military at 17, and leaving Chicago was good for me. The gangs were running rampant, so I was blessed to be able to lead there. Went in the military, it's kind of like an escape for me.
Right.
Um, the military gave me directions and a plan for the future.
That's great. And you and mom met in the military, is that correct?
Yes, one of my most favorite things I've ever done in my life. That was very
Oh, okay.
wonderful.
Yeah, we were stationed in Korea. Those were good old days, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know who you were, but they treated you like Big Daddy King.
Absolutely. And you were the queen.
Don't,
Yes, I was.
don't make them blush too much. Um, so you say you're from Chicago, but you also grew up in Alabama a little bit. Can you tell us about
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. I went to Alabama in 1992 to take care of my namesake, my grandfather. Stayed there for a few years, almost 14 years. Then I went to Florida, where I currently live in Ocala, Florida. I lived in Tampa for about 15 years. So now I reside in Ocala, Florida. I have five beautiful daughters and five.
Number three.
You are number three, Tanya.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't say what I want to say because somebody might hear this, but yes, you're number three daughter.
Yes.
Hmm.
And what do you, like when I say Sconyers, what the Sconyers last name, what do you think about? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Pride. You gotta say when you say Scania, you gotta say pride. And I'm
That's
glad you
correct.
ladies. I'm glad you ladies have that name. Scanias were originated in Alabama, place called Bellwood, Alabama, or on the map it says Chancellor. We actually have our own town called Scaniarsville.
Yep.
But old folks call it Scaniarsville, but it's on the map it says Scanias Community. So we're kind of well established down in the southeast part of Alabama. We have our own church. We have 40 acres of air property. We had 400 acres a long time ago. It got stole from us. We have our own cemetery on the property. And my grandfather was the overseer of the whole Sconyers clan until he passed away.
Okay, that's very
And
interesting.
he was so sweet. I love Grandpa. He was.
Absolutely.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about a little bit of retirement. So I have a couple of questions for you.
Absolutely.
Um, my first question is, since you retire, what do you do to keep yourself busy?
First of all, I got to tell you, retirement is my favorite word in the whole world.
Yes.
And I recommend, before I tell you what I do since I've been retired, I recommend whoever in the world can financially convince themselves they're financially ready to retire, they should retire. Most
And
of us
why is
start work. Huh?
and why is
Go ahead.
that?
Well, most of us start working in our teenage years. I know me and your mom did, and you did too, as a matter of fact. You start working when you're in your
15.
teens. Yeah, you start in your teens, then you work what you retire. Most people retire 65, 66 years old. So you work 50 years and then you retire, right? But if
Right.
you could retire sooner, do it. If you could convince yourself financially retire, do it then because most people, the men live to be 75. So if you retire at 65, that's only 10 years. You worked 50 years for 10 years worth of retirement. Women, what, 80? Black people is even less than that. So retirement was the best thing I ever did. And financially speaking, I couldn't say I was prepared financially to retire, but I put my faith in God. And right now I'm doing very well, thank you.
That's great.
But as far as what do I do now, I do whatever the heck I want to do.
That's what
It
I'm
feels
talking about.
it feels really good to get up and do something if you want to. If you don't have to, tomorrow's another day. You don't have to be in a hurry for anything. If something ain't got to be done, you ain't got to, unless a pipe or something busts in, you got to do that. But other than that, if you don't feel like doing it, do it tomorrow.
And you know
know.
what, Charles? What I say is, I do
Mhm.
not want to be on anyone's clock. You know,
Absolutely.
for
Yep.
41 years in the military, I was told when to get up, when to do this, when to do that. If I could do this or that, I love it's like freedom.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, I'd like to give you your flowers for 41 years in the military and raising two beautiful children and putting up with me all these years and keeping me in contact with my kids, you know. And that does a lot for me. And I want to give you your flowers today, young lady.
And I give you yours back too, because for me, the most important thing for a child's life is to have their father in their life. And it don't take a long period of time or whatever. You can stick your head in and stick it out. And it makes that child just all the more, they just feel love. So I thank you for being in your child's life.
Yeah. And Tony, you was asking about hobbies a few minutes ago. Yeah, I have a few hobbies. Eating is my favorite hobby. No, I'm just no, but really though, I fish a little bit, bowl, yard sale. I
And
watch way
fishing
too
is your
much TV.
number fishing
Huh?
is your number one thing, correct?
Well, it comes a close second behind TV. No, I watch way too much TV. But it's
That's
not
my
my hobby though.
daughter. That's her favorite thing,
I
TV.
know it's the most beautiful thing. I got shows now. When I get off here, I got to go catch up on. No, life is good, and retirement is the best thing ever. And your hobbies, you could do it. You could do them as you want. You know, like I was going to go bowling today, but I decided not to because we're going to Tampa tomorrow. Susan brother got some plan for her birthday was last weekend.
Awesome.
So
Well, that's
so
what
we're
I
gonna
wanted to ask you when you said you moved to Florida. Is that when you met your wife, Susie? Susan?
yes, and that was in Tampa, Florida, actually back in 2006. So
Yeah,
we're going on 19 years. I don't
yeah.
know how I don't know how she put up with me that long, but she
That's a
did.
that's a blessing
Now
right
that's the
there.
and that's the queen right there. She is so
Absolutely,
sweet, and I appreciate both of you. I mean, how many ex-wives can say that their
absolutely.
ex-husband and their wife will come and rescue me when I have a problem with my
Yeah,
home and you name it. So I really appreciate both of you.
I love both of y'all for that also.
Well, we definitely love Sue. She's the sweetest.
Mhm.
Mom, I want to ask you about your hobbies. Since you retired at 60 after 41 years in the military, what do you do to keep yourself busy?
Well, before William graduated from high school, I tried to be more a part of whatever he was doing, pick him up when he forgot his book bag or paper, run to the school for him, whatever. But now he's in college, big time. That changed. But my hobby that I really love is putting 1,000 pieces of puzzles together and framing them. Because once you get them together and you put them in the frame, they turn out to be beautiful picture. But it exercised my mind, instead of me just sitting around. I like TV, but I can take or leave TV. But now my new one is gardening. My aunt Deborah and I, we are dabbling in that. But the more we do it and ideas come to us, then the more I enjoy it.
Well, I wish I was retired, but I still have a good 20 years at least. But my hobbies when I'm off is definitely watching TV. Nothing excites me more than to see a bunch of recordings just of shows waiting for me to watch. Um,
Absolutely.
it's the most gratifying thing in the world to sit in the bed all day on Saturday or wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and watch my recordings. And um, there's a lot of good new episodes out now. So my next question for you is, do you think it's important to have a set schedule or set hobbies to do when you retire?
Nothing set, just wing it. When you feel like eating something, you go eat it. You know,
Yeah.
you ever be getting ready to go out to eat and say, what you want to eat? What you want to eat? What you want to eat? You never, we all sometimes never could come together what we want to eat. So whenever you got a taste for something, I recommend you go get it. Like now, tomorrow I'm going to get me some oxtails while I'm in Tampa.
Oh,
Man,
my mom's favorite
oh,
oxtail.
really? I got
Next
that
time
from
you
my
come
mother also.
visit, yeah, I love it.
Well, Grandma Vera, she can only have oxtails once a month and she keeps track of it. She knows when she
Really?
got it, she writes it down, and
Sometimes she cheats.
And then if she doesn't get it the 1 month, like say it's January, she'll get it twice in February. She's very serious about her oxtails.
I love her gameplay. That's wonderful.
Her
Haven't
favorite
found
thing,
it quite.
watch a lot of
Haven't found
TV as well.
really.
And she loves to eat her oxtails.
And
Yeah.
she just had a birthday. She made 80, right?
82.
82. Nice.
Yes, it's a blessing. And
Absolutely.
y'all, instead of having a party for her, we told her she could choose the restaurant that she wanted to go to. So she said, I would love to go to Red Lobster. That's one of her favorite, but my sister Terry is allergic to shellfish.
Mm.
So guess what she picked? You'll never guess.
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral. That's
I
her
cheated
thing.
because Tanya told me, or you told me, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
No,
So,
you told me, Julie, I think.
but it was amazing how we were all together and it was still a party. It was still beautiful. And our mother was just sitting there soaking it in.
Tanya, I know you're running this thing, but can I approach the subject?
Yes, please.
The importance of family.
Yes. What about
I would
family?
like to hear. I'd like to hear your take on that.
Well, family definitely brings me joy. If I can just spend all my time with my family, that warms my heart, makes me smile. I just love my family. We have a good set of people. You know, we all love each other. We like spending time together. Um, yes. What about you? What's the importance of like it's just so hard to get everybody together, but when you can, it's a special thing.
And I'd like to give you a pull up for always keeping in touch and the, getting us together for family functions and stuff, especially getting to see the grandkids. You know, that's very special to me, and I appreciate you about that. Yeah, family is important. And I didn't always was in position to do what we could do now. I was a long way away, or you was a long way away, or the other kids and the other baby mamas was a long way away. But now that I'm in Florida, I'm in a good location, you know, where you and I can see each other where we want to if we want to, you know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
every couple of months is great, and seeing the kids, and, you know, and I'm gonna touch on the grandkids, like your kids. I'm very proud of both of them.
Thank you.
College kids, college graduate, another college just started. All my grandkids and all my children are wonderful to me, and I love them. And I love all my baby mamas
Well,
because
guess what? I'm not a baby mama. I was your wife, so.
absolutely, and I appreciate that, you know. And you did keep my name, so that's special also.
You want it back?
She's
I
too
would
old
take
for that now to change it.
No, answer the question. Do you want your
you're a
name back?
you're a lifetime Sconyers.
All right, then.
Yes.
Oh,
So, so what do you think that we could do to bring our family even closer?
well, you know, for some reason, the past 2 years, planning haven't worked for us as far as the family as a whole. So it's kind of
Especially
hard to
got in a
just
bad
plan it
accident.
right. Yeah, accident and COVID and people's schedules and people not put. I'm gonna just give it real to you. People not put enough effort to get together too. You know,
It's
all of us could be guilty of that. You know, I'm not singling nobody out, but I'm willing to put forth more of an effort and more time to of course I got nothing but time, but work around you all schedules. And I love to get all five of my daughters together. That would be the most wonderful thing in the world at the same time. That would be my lifelong goal. It'd be my bucket list, greatest thing on my bucket list was to have all five of y'all, Charlie's Angels, together at one time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wouldn't know what to do.
you'll probably cry.
Oh, you know, I'm a baby for stuff like that.
Yeah, people don't know that you're very emotional. You're kind of mushy.
Yeah, I am mushy.
Yes, I think I'm the same way. Like just
Yeah,
being around, my kids just bring me joy, and I can imagine if you could have all five of your daughters
yeah, that'd be something
together.
serious.
Right.
Yeah,
Awesome. Mommy
yeah,
have questions?
Well, family means a lot to me. Our gatherings at Thanksgiving and Christmas, that is like the most joy. It just takes me the whole year because I've gotten so much joy from everybody. And like, especially like when Sue and you and when Barbara came that time, it was awesome to me. That is
Absolutely.
what I live for.
So I will see you next year. But
Yeah,
this year now,
You're
this
always
year,
welcome.
this
see
year,
you in see you in 11 months.
Yes.
yeah.
For Thanksgiving, but I'll see y'all way before then. The
You
Lord's will.
know, gotta go fishing with the grand.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna just briefly go back to retirement.
Okay.
I printed something out. This is from the Department of Labor, and there's
Mhm.
the top 10 ways to prepare for retirement. Of course, number one, it says start saving. Keep saving and stick to your goals, which is hard, but people, do it as best as you can. Number two, it says know your retirement needs. Number three says contribute to your employer's retirement savings plan. I think that's the big one and the easiest one to do. Um, Four is learn about your employer's pension plan. Five is consider basic investment principles. You might need a financial advisor to help you with that. It says number six, don't touch your retirement savings. Of course, unexpected things come up and
Yeah.
it's so easy to go into your savings, but it says try not to touch your retirement savings. Number seven, ask your employers to start a plan. Number eight, put money into an individual retirement account. Number nine, find out about your Social Security. I know mom started early, and when she turned 62, she knew what she needed to do and already had it set up for easy transition. And then number 10, it says just ask questions. Um, and then back to the hobbies, I was
No,
saying,
no, I want to talk about that. What you
okay,
just let's keep it real, Charles. Right? Those are great plans, but life do not deal all of us the same cards where we can save and put money in this and
Yeah.
put money in that. You're trying, in your early days of living, you're trying to live and survive. Now, I ended up very financially sound at retirement, but to be honest, I wasn't sitting around worrying about retirement. It
Mhm.
just happened to fall into place, you know.
Absolutely.
So, like she said, it's very hard to save money because every time you
It
save
is.
money, something comes up. And what you're gonna do? You're gonna use that money. So
Absolutely.
the key thing that she said was do the best you can, even if it's $5 a pay period or
Absolutely.
10, no matter how small. But everybody cannot do the dream plan. That's what that is. It's a dream plan for some of us.
You know, financially speaking, my grandmother told me when I was 16 years old, every time you get paid, I was at that time minimum wage was 265. Tell you when I was a
oh,
teenager, believe it
wow.
or not. Yeah, then it
It
went up to
was. It
330. When
was.
it went to 335 national for a long time, I thought I was rich, right? Well, my
Right,
grandmother told me if you put up $5 a week, because $5 or even $20 nowadays, I say that equivalent to $20 now, it would not change your lifestyle. You know, $20 a week won't change your lifestyle, right? But if
right,
I'd have saved $20 a week since I was 16, I'm in my lower 60s, by the way, I would be really financially stable just by $20 a week. And that takes discipline because you first of all, you can't miss $20 a week, right? But it
right.
can make all the difference in the world. But like Julie said, though, you just gotta wing it and pray that the stars align. It's just too hard to save money. That's why I recommend everybody have life insurance. Reason
Exactly.
being, I don't want to leave nobody scrambling to try to bury me, and I do not want to be thrown away. I had a
That's
friend was thrown away, um, so to speak, and I never want to see nobody else like that.
Right.
So don't leave people in that situation. I'm not talking about financial bills and stuff. I'm talking about to bury you or cremate you, whoever they decide to do it. Don't leave nobody with that problem.
but
So
it happens every day, and it's sad.
every day, I've had family members and on my side of the family, Susan's side of the family, where somebody passed and don't have life insurance, and we had to get together and put money on to try to bury them and all that. Don't put people in that situation if you can help it. Because
Yeah.
when we're younger, we don't think about life insurance. But now I think about it all the time, getting more, think about all that. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Well, I think it really needs to start at a young age. I don't even know if
Absolutely.
that should be a class in school to talk about your financial stability, life insurance, all of that should be like maybe your senior year of high school, learning how to do all of that stuff and the importance of it. And of course, it's the parents' jobs as well, but um, I think just starting young is the key and just knowing the importance of all those things that you just talked about.
Absolutely.
All right. So I just have a quote about retirement.
Okay.
It says, retirement is when you stop living at work and start working at living.
Whoa,
Author unknown.
that's strong.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I wish that I can do that.
Well, your day is coming. And really, if you could financially retire, anybody should retire. You're going to live 10 years after you retire to enjoy yourself.
Hmm.
If you could retire at 50, financially do it. If you
Right.
think you're not never going to think you're financially ready to retire, but if it's close, do it.
Okay. Yes. So real quick, we're just going to
Mhm.
briefly talk about men's health.
Yeah, this is my topic, and I want you to help me, Charlie.
Okay.
This do not apply to you because you're on top of your health. But the question is, why so many men avoid going to the doctor? And by doing so, I'm gonna use a perfect example. I can't call no name, but in our family, we have high blood pressure. Even if you ate the best and avoided pork and all that, which I did eventually, and it's a silent killer. If you don't go to the doctor, you got things going on that can kill you. And so, as a woman, I'm trying to figure out, why do men avoid going to the doctor?
Well, actually, my opinion on that is men are just scared of the truth, personally. Like
Hmm.
I know, like my stepdad, he wouldn't go to the doctor for anything where he found that he had diabetes and my brother picked him up and took him. He would have died if he didn't go. We scared to find out stuff that's totally wrong. Back in the day, black folks, speaking about black people now, I can't speak for the white people, but black people back in the day were scared to trust doctors. That's the excuse we use. But I think men just in general are just scared to find out the truth. But you do know if you find out what's going on at the early stages, you got a better chance of beating anything you got. I'd like to touch on my health for one quick second. I have a condition called cardiomyopathy, and I'm 15 years in now. Okay, just to show you how good the medicine is this a reason why you should go to the doctor. My dad had the exact same thing back in 1980, and Julie knows about this, and he
Mm-hmm.
died in 1981, 1 year after he had discovered this. But now fast forward 40 years, when I was diagnosed in 2006, 35 years after him, with the technology and the medicine and the VA, I'm going to get a VA shout out. They've been wonderful to me.
Hold on one second.
Um, I'm,
Dad,
mm, mhm.
can you still see yourself on the video?
No, I can see y'all,
Are you on the phone?
but yeah, I'm on my telephone. You
Okay,
can't see me?
not anymore.
Okay, I can't see me neither, but I can see you all. That's all that counts.
Okay, keep on talking. Sorry about that.
So anyway, my dad died a year after he was diagnosed. But fast forward now, 35 years after him, I was diagnosed in 2006. So right now I'm 20 something, 15 years in with the same thing, with the medicine and technology, and the VA took him very good care of me. I know people complain about the VA, but I have no complaints about them. Personally. But I imagine people do have trouble with them because there's so many stories out there. But I've just been blessed that I didn't have those troubles personally. But um, go to the doctor. My recommendation is go to the doctor, and that's something I learned from white folks. White folks used to go to the doctor; they get a damn splinter, and I used to think that was wrong with them, but they really was the smart ones. You go to the doctor, anything that go wrong, go to the doctor. You find out, especially big diseases, when you find out what's wrong, you got a better chance of getting a handle on it.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry you ladies can't see my beauty right now, but
That's
bear with,
okay.
Well, what I
just bear
have
with.
is that 65% of respondents say they avoid going to the doctor as long as possible because a lot of people feel like if they don't go to the doctor, they won't know if something wrong. I'm good to go. But like you said, like a perfect example, prostate cancer. If you don't catch that early and you don't go until the signs are so serious until you rush to the doctor, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? We see you now.
Yep.
It's too
Yep.
late, and that's what happened. People are playing Russian roulette with their lives.
Absolutely.
And you're
That's a
right.
good word for it.
We printed this article, and this doctor said the number one reason men avoid going to the doctor is fear. So you was right on top of it.
Really?
They're just fear of the unknown, of what they're going to
Hmm.
find out.
And the articles say that men withhold information once they go to the doctor. They don't tell them everything.
I could probably agree with that.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate that you go to the doctor and try to stay on top of your health.
And I share with you, Tanya. I share
Right.
everything with you.
I mean, it's just very scary.
Yeah, it is.
And like you said, if we had the medicine and the technology today, when grandpa was alive, he might still be here as well.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
just the unknown. And so it's important to just keep, going to your yearly physicals, going for your lab work, and of course, the normal exercise and getting outside in the sun and doing stuff outside is important as well.
And
Absolutely.
I like to share this. It says, what it comes down to is the way you're brought up, the way you're taught to be strong. It says, if you look at the old John Wayne movies, that was the model we were supposed to aspire to, but it is also a model that is dysfunctional in many ways. In other words, men think, oh, well, if I get sick and I don't go to work, I'm weak. They brag about I've worked for 30 years and never missed a day of work. But you
Yeah,
can't tell me they've never been sick,
absolutely.
you
And
know.
men are bigger babies when they get sick than women. I'll give y'all a pull up on that.
Well, the way I feel about that, if it's my loved one and it's a male, and they go to the doctor and they want to be a big baby, I rather deal with that because otherwise I'm dealing with the unknown. Could you have high blood pressure, or could you be a diabetic because that's family history? That bothers me more. So, what can I do to convince a loved one how important it is?
Yeah. Well, the support part is big to me. When someone stays up, like me and Tanya, we discuss our health stuff with each other almost weekly or monthly whenever something comes up, just for a sounding board. And by her being a nurse, she knows a lot of stuff she could recommend to me.
Right.
And Susan and I go to the doctors with each other and go back in the rooms because two minds is better than one. I might miss some and she'll catch it, or she might miss some and I'll catch it. So together we pretty
Exactly.
much got a handle on it. And I
Mm-hmm.
share stuff with you too, Julie. I share the health
Yeah.
with you because when someone cares for you, you should tell you, I'm not embarrassed about anything. I don't. I'm ashamed of some stuff through my life that I've done. Well, I'm not gonna say ashamed now. I'm not proud of it, but now I don't. I'm an open book, especially to my children. You
Right.
can ask me any question. I promise you, I'll be honest with you. And I because you could help me. You all both have helped me before, through a lot of situations. And just the support part about it, knowing that I'm loved. Because the worst feeling in the world is feeling you're not loved. That's the worst feeling in the world. Just
Right.
by knowing support that's everything. And that's even inspirational where it'll get you fight. You want to fight to do better because you got someone to live for.
Yeah, that's exactly right. People may take that lightly, but the people that I've come in contact with that had suicide ideology, whatever you call it, it was because they didn't feel like they were loved. They didn't have anything to live for. And, you first have to love yourself and live for yourself. You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. But that's the number one thing that you mentioned, not feeling love, not caring.
You have any other comments before we move on?
We can move on.
Okay. Mom, you have anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so before we end the podcast, I have some rapid fire questions that I wanted to ask you. And so you could just say what's, the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Fire away.
Okay. If you had one thing you could say to your children, what would it be?
As a whole,
Yes.
collective to all of my children, I love all you all equally the same. I would hope for a stronger and better relationship with each and every one of you all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an open book. You could call me anytime. You can't never inconvenience me because I'm retired. That's the best thing in the world. Because if you call me at 2:00 in the morning, I'm always available to you all. If you could call me at 2:00 in the morning, you ain't gonna inconvenience me, so call me. Because when we get off the phone, I could go back to sleep or solve the problem and then go back to sleep. So you never can inconvenience me if you're my child.
Right.
And I pray that you all would stay in touch with me more. And I want y'all to know I love y'all with all my heart, and I'm always going to be there for you as of this day going forward. And anything I could do for you or help you or be there for you, or listen, a shoulder to crown, an ear to listen, I'm there. Okay.
Well, I love you.
I love you more.
Okay, next question. What do you want your life to represent?
Well, I want my life to represent overcoming. Those of you that know my story, not going to touch on it, but I'm proud of myself right now. I feel good. I've come a long way, and I just want to know my life to show that we overcomers. As in general, as good human beings are overcomers. We go through stuff, but with support of family, you can survive and you can overcome any obstacle. And I'm a living witness of that.
Yes.
I just want to be remembered as somebody that overcame real stuff.
Yes. What was your first celebrity crush? Or who? Yes.
Mine was Richard Gere.
My only celebrity crush is Janet Jackson.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Y'all folks today talk about
Miss
Beyonce,
Janet,
but before
Miss
there was
Janet.
Beyonce, there was Janet Jackson. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Mine was Richard Gere.
Really?
Yeah. When I told him The Officer and the Gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Sandra Bullock also.
Okay.
Who?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra
of
Bullock.
course, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mom, what do you want your life to represent?
My life is representing what I want it to be is through you, through my children and grandchildren and all my family members, the love that we share and exhibit, that is my legacy, and that's what I want my life to represent.
Absolutely.
Okay, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie of all time was A Time to Kill.
That was a great movie.
And it had my favorite actor, the #1 actor ever, Samuel Jackson.
Yes.
I know a lot of y'all like Denzel and different people, but Samuel Jackson played so many different roles. He makes so many movies. The only thing I can say about Samuel Jackson, every one of his movies not great, but he can play all these different roles, which makes him so versatile. But now all the Denzel watch that movie, he don't make a bad movie, right?
Right.
But Samuel Jackson is my favorite actor.
Who?
And that's Samuel Jackson.
L. Jackson.
And Time to Kill is my favorite movie.
Well, you have on here top 3. So my favorite top 3 is The Godfather and all the sequel, because as a family, I like the part where they represent as a family and they tied in, you don't mess with the family. The Corleone, the name, like the Sconyers. My second one is The Color Purple. And
Great
the third,
movie.
you're going to laugh.
Fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, it's called Fried Green Tomatoes because I love Kathy Bates.
I've seen that.
All the movies she's in, she is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you wish you learned sooner?
I'd like to know your favorite movies.
Yeah, Tanya.
Well, the first one that comes to mind, Love and Basketball.
Absolutely.
Love Titanic as well.
Okay.
Yeah, those are probably my top 2 at the moment. I used to love a lot of like Brown Sugar and Love Jones, like all the
Yeah.
good old school Black movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you wish you learned sooner?
How to appreciate life, how to appreciate family. I wish I'd have learned sooner that how to be a better father, actually, the availability part of it, the main thing, the financial part, no matter who you are, the financial part is what it is. But the
Mm-hmm.
availability part is what's so important to me right now. I wish I'd learned that earlier.
Well, for me, I wish that I didn't care what people think so much. I wish I would have learned that sooner to just worry about myself and not what people think of me.
But see, the thing you got to remember, but this is another one of my mottos. My first motto is I'm retired and now I'm not in a hurry to do nothing. But my second motto is can't nobody hurt my feelings if I don't love you. If I don't love
Exactly.
you, if I don't love you, you can't hurt my feelings.
Only the ones you love can hurt you.
Exactly.
Well,
And it's hard to hurt
mine's
my feelings.
what I wish I had learned sooner that is really strong with me when I'm watching TV is whatever is things that I'm learning now. I wish I had learned sooner was how to handle being in a relationship. You watch people get together and it's one dominant person, whether it's the male or the female, feels like the other person's supposed to do everything they want when they want and whatever. So the 50-50 thing was non-existent. It was like either I was just doing whatever my first husband wanted to do, or I was trying to be more dominant with you. You know what I'm saying? So I
How'd that work
didn't
out
have
for
the
you?
balance. Yeah. Huh?
How did that work out for you?
It don't work out.
Exactly.
You
But when you
know.
got two people that's dominant and no one's willing to give more or not mature enough to give more. I made that mistake a couple of times. Um, to relent, it's all right. It don't matter who's financially more stable or who's more want to be the boss. That's just lack for a better word. We just all got to do our part because everybody has a part. We all do our part. Relationships can work better.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this next question, but what is one item you can never live without?
Item.
You mean a physical item?
Yes.
You already know my TV. When I got my first 65. I can't get a 75 in my living room. My living room was too small. But when I first got the 65-inch TV, and I don't live in a high crime area neither, but even when I got this TV last year, first thing I did when I came in the house was look to see if my there. I didn't care if nobody was in the house or whatever. No, I'm just joking about. But yeah, my TV is my most important possession, physical possession.
I would say the same thing for me as well. Got my first TV when I was 10 years old. It was a little 10-inch black and white TV. Didn't have cable on it, but it was my own. And I was addicted at a young age. Definitely.
You got
But
that honest. You got it
yes,
honest.
but of course, the kids, but besides the
Yeah.
kids, the TV. Mom.
I really can't think of an item that I would say I could not live without. I really can't.
Okay.
Well, we metaphorically speaking on that, we can live without it, I guess. But
We enjoy it.
TV
Yeah.
is a way of life.
Then I would say getting my nails done.
Okay.
Tanya will
Okay.
tell you how important that is to me. And I've already started brainwashing them. When I'm old, please wax my face and get my nails and toes done. Don't have me looking all raggedy. That's
Okay.
important to me.
What is the
Absolutely.
best advice you ever received?
The best advice I ever received was from my dad. And back in the 60s and 50s, uh, with all the prejudice stuff going on, I guess we all a little prejudiced and a little bit. It depends on how you raised. Old black folks is prejudiced, old white folks is prejudiced too. But we're not so much. My age group didn't see that much hardcore prejudice like my dad's my dad did and my granddad did, but I witnessed some of it, and Julie witnessed some of it, you know. But my dad always told me to treat a person like they treat you, you know, and like, okay, Martin Luther King made a statement. I'm paraphrasing now. You respect somebody by the context of their character, not the color of their skin, you know.
Exactly.
So there's some good white people, some good black people, some bad black people, some bad white people. You know, so some of my people I trust in the world is white, some white people, you know. So I don't know. And sometimes the white people be there before your own people will, you
Right.
know. On the future podcast, if I ever was to be a guest again.
Oh, you're already inviting yourself back already.
No, I said if. No. We might have to change the name of this podcast. No, I'm just joking about that. I don't want to. I'm just joking. But even if I don't be in the podcast, you all should touch on this opinion now. Touch on how black people is destroying each other.
Wow.
You know, if a white person kill you, we want to riot and do all this stuff and loot and all that. But more black people kill black people than white people do.
Right.
That's more of a shame to me. You know, some black people killed my brother 4 years ago. You know, it wasn't no white people.
It was
Right.
4 years. Wow.
It'll be 5 years this year, August 3rd, 2020.
Seemed like it just happened too.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
but
great idea to discuss at a different podcast, definitely.
look, I'm more pissed off about black people killing black people than I am about the white people. Because the white people have been killing us for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
We can't and okay, I could get some more podcast material, but this is beautiful. And I must say that I listened to you all's first two podcasts. Wonderful job.
Thank you so
And I'm,
much. Appreciate that.
and
We're
I'm proud of
starting,
y'all because
so we
that's
appreciate
something
that.
hard to get off the ground, you know? We're
Yes.
just getting it started. Now it's going to blow up.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep it up.
One last question. What brings you joy?
What brings me joy is to wake up every morning, know that I'm doing the right thing. I'm taking care of my health. I'm thinking about my future because I'm not ready to die right now. You know, what brings me joy when I wake up in the morning and know that it's going to be a good day or that I'm doing the right thing. You know, I love paying bills. I love paying bills. I wake up in the morning and my bills be paid at 5 o'clock in the morning. All my bills.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all know some of the stuff, but can y'all still hear me?
No, it's low now. So
Hold up. Can you hear me now?
it's very low. So we're going to just go ahead and end the podcast.
Okay.
We want to thank, oh, we can hear you now. Thank you. Thank you.
Now go ahead. Now go ahead. You can end it.
Okay, well, we love you and we thank you for joining our podcast with us. We will have you back on a different time to talk about some more topics. Thank you for just being open with us.
Yeah.
And we
Love
really
y'all.
enjoyed your comments and your participation. Say hello to Sue and Baba.
Okay, love y'all.
And I just want to tell everybody, please listen to our podcast on Spotify. Also, please rate us and follow us. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Okay,
Bye.
love y'all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, we're done recording. Thank you so much.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.
Love you more. Can't get rid of you though.
Okay, leave studio.